And we are live. Alright. It is May 8th. It's a Tuesday evening here in the US, and what I've been doing tonight is I've been exploring some free and open source games, and one of the ones that I got into earlier today, I downloaded and installed The Battle for Wesnoth, which I actually titled this wrong on the stream here. Let me correct that actually here in OBS. Hopefully nothing crashes. Battle for Wesnoth, not Battle of Wesnoth. Let me also correct that on the YouTube stream. Okay, the Battle for Wesnoth. What is the Battle for Wesnoth? Well, looking at their website here at wesnoth.org, the Battle for Wesnoth is an open source turn-based strategy game with a high fantasy theme. It features both single player and online hot seat multiplayer combat. So turn-based strategy game. Basically it's a hex game where your character is standing on a field and you can move in 6 different directions. Your character basically is surrounded by a hexagon. The field is basically just a hexagonal field. And, you engage basically in this turn-based strategy combat, this fantasy combat. You can do it in single-player mode, which is what I'm going to do on this stream. You can also do multiplayer combat. I'm not going to do multiplayer on the stream because there would be a lot of dead time. Most of these multiplayer games are usually 3, 4, 5-player games, and it could take a long time to get around to my turn every time, so there would be a lot of downtime doing the multiplayer. So I'm just going to do single player. Plus, I'm really new to Battle of Wesnoth. I've played it in the past, but not a lot. And when I say I played it in the past, I mean years and years ago. This game has been around forever, at least since 2003. That's the date I found on it, 2003. It might have been around before that, maybe under a different name. Maybe this is inspired by some turn-based strategy games prior to 2003. I'm not sure. But this game has been around for a very long time. So I'm going to do this in single player. And since I'm kind of new to the game, I may run through some of the tutorials. It does have some tutorials at the beginning. I'm probably just going to do some of the easier campaigns to begin with, some, for the noobs. Also, one thing, you guys know I recently bought a new video card for my machine because my old video card was kind of crapping out on me. I bought an NVIDIA 1060. I also wanted to test out streaming tonight. The last one I did was a test stream for my NVIDIA 1060. I did that in 720p. That stream went off without a hitch. Tonight I'm trying to stream in 1080p. So you guys in the chat, I see there's already a couple of people. We've got Gibran LP, I hope I pronounced that right, says, "Sup, what's up?" Cyber is also in the house, he says hi. You guys, how does the video look in the stream? Is everything working correctly here at 1080p? Also, how's the audio? Because the audio especially I can't hear because I'm not connected to the desktop audio, so I've got no idea how it's going to sound on the stream, so I do need some feedback from you guys on that. Climby, he says, it looks good, sounds good, awesome. Well, if everything looks good, I'm actually going to close my little preview window here. Alright. Let me go ahead and fire up Wesnoth here. So, alright. Just going to launch it here in Rofi. Got the Rofi command launcher here. Wesnoth is the name of the program. You just type Wesnoth in whatever program launcher you use, or from the terminal, or those of you using more traditional, menu systems, just look for Battle of Wesnoth in the menu after you do the install. For the install, I'm running Manjaro, so sudo pacman -S Wesnoth. For those of you on Debian or Ubuntu-based systems, sudo apt install Wesnoth. Wesnoth is in everybody's repos. Game has been around again forever, and it was one of the big free and open source software games from way back. I mean, back when we had almost no games on Linux. We had Wesnoth. That was one game we could point to because it was a really cool game. Alright, so we have tutorial, we have campaigns, we have multiplayer, we have the rest of it, preferences and language and stuff I'm not going to get into, but I'm not going to do multiplayer. But if I wanted to play multiplayer, I could join an official server. I will show you how this is done. We would need to log in. I automatically logged in. I've already registered my name, DistroTube. If I wanted to play multiplayer, again, we're not going to do that here on the stream. So how do I get back out of here? I guess log out. By the way, to register a nickname to be able to play multiplayer Wesnoth, you do need to sign up at wesnoth.com, or is it Wesnoth? Wesnoth.org. You need to go to their website and you need to join their forums. When you register for their forums, you're automatically registered for multiplayer gaming. So, anyway, for the tutorial's very simple. It kind of talks you through it here. This is starting at the very beginning. Who do you want to play as? Conrad, Lysar. I'll pick Conrad. And basically, it's going to talk me through some stuff. Alright. You will learn the basics of movement, attacking, healing, recruiting. Victory is destroying a fierce enemy. Defeat, getting yourself killed. So, it always, before every campaign, will tell you how you can win and how you will lose. So, alright, click on Conrad. First thing you need to do is click on whatever character you want to do something with. So, click on Conrad. Alright, move Conrad next to Delphador, this character here. So, move him over here. Very straightforward tutorial. Matter of fact, we may go ahead and exit out of this tutorial here in a minute. Anyway, Conrad and this Delphador character are going to go through some dialogue here. Now, in some of the gameplay, the actual campaign, some of the dialogue may be important. We might want to read through some of it. But for this, I'm going to quickly go through some of this. Alright, so he spawned an enemy here for me to fight. So, this enemy is a Quintain, which is a dummy. Conrad asks, you want me to fight a dummy? Young man, you have 32 hit points and a sword. I'm fairly sure you'll win. Okay, well, let's fight the dummy then. So, it's my turn. I click on my character, then I click on the dummy, and you see the little arrow, meaning I'm going to attack him. And then, whatever ways I can attack him will appear in this menu. I only have one way, melee with a sword. So I just click attack. And of course the dummy fights back, which is the dialogue here. Anyway, pretty simple little tutorial. He asks about should he retreat since he was damaged. Good idea. So to retreat, he would need to, let's see, indicates in most scenarios you will lose if your leader is killed. So if obviously your character, your main character is the leader, you can create an army around you, but if you get killed, you pretty much lose. So you always want to keep your main character safe. So. Alright, so I had my turn fighting the dummy. Now the dummy gets a turn. So let me end my turn. I always got to click end turn down here at the bottom left when your turn is done. Okay, the dummy hit me a few times. Alright, I only have 2 hit points left, so there are 2 villages within reach. I need to go to one of them to heal, so move Conrad to a nearby village. So click on my character, move to the village here, and hopefully I'll heal. Oh, I need to click end my turn. I was looking at some of the stream here, the chat. Let's see. Got Nick in the stream. It's fine, even here in Serbia. Okay, so streaming in 1080 looks good. Mr. Go F Yourself. Yo, Ben is also here. Hey Derek, how'd me and TJ's Manjaro end up for you? I couldn't get it to boot up off a USB stick on my Toshiba satellite. I'm not sure why it just hung during boot up. So I'll get you the error message later when I think about it. I'm sure I'll see you around. Mr. Go Elf Yourself. This is so much better than BS gaming streams. Yeah, this is a little different. You know, so many other people focus on the big AAA titles, things that are on Steam. I thought, you know, I'd do something a little more old school. Alright, so it's my turn now, so I got healed. I got 8 points for being in the village, so I'm ready to go. Click through some of this. Move Conrad to the keep. So now I need to move him here. Alright, whenever you're on a keep, you can recruit units. Okay, so now I can spawn, basically, recruit or recall fighters. So if I right-click on one of these spaces inside the keep, I can recruit a fighter. In this case, I can only recruit one type of fighter, the Elvish fighter recruit. And that fighter appears here. I can't do anything with this fighter this turn. He has to stay right there. I can right-click on this other empty space in the keep and recruit one more Elvish fighter. Again, they can't do anything this turn. So that's the end of my turn. The Quintain did nothing that turn. He just healed himself a little bit. So now the next turn, I can actually move these guys out to fight the Quintain. Attack the Quintain with your fighters. Now, our Elvish fighter has 2 different methods of attack, sword or bow. So melee or range. I'm going to go with the range attack. It's a little safer for my guy. I can also do something with this guy here. We're also going to do him with the ranged attack. He hit him 2 out of 3 times. Alright, and that was the end of my turn, unless I want to do something with my character here, which is kind of dangerous. I wouldn't do this in a normal game usually, but I'm going to go ahead and do a melee attack with my character. Because again, if my character dies, that's pretty much the end of things. Now the Quintain gets his turn, and we killed him. Alright, and this tutorial would go on, but I'm going to quit the tutorial, and I'm going to actually do a real campaign here. Single player campaign. So I'm going to go back to the menu here before I continue, though. Let's check out the chat. We got Ron Lee in the chat. What's up, Ron? Just a Fan is also here, installing the games right now on Lubuntu, by the way, still new on the Linux-based OS. Well, welcome to Linux. I'm sure you'll enjoy your stay. Pretty much, for the most part, most people that end up going with Linux end up staying. It's hard, especially the longer you stay on Linux, you're never going back to Windows or Mac. Ben says, that's weird, it worked fine for me. I used Etcher to write it and it boots fine. Yeah, I used Etcher. Again, I only tried it on this one machine, and that was during English Bob's stream earlier. Maybe I'll try that USB stick on my main machine later and see, maybe it'll boot up on a different machine, I don't know. Alright, Climby, I just wanted to say thanks for the awesome content. This channel got me back into using Linux. Awesome. Ben, yeah, you're going to remake the ISO again tonight? Okay. Well, like I said, I'll try it on a different machine. I only tried it on the one, and then I've been gone most of the day, so I only tried it on this machine during EB's stream, and then I was away all day. But I still got that USB stick that I wrote it to. I'll try it on my main production machine after I finish this stream. Let's see, Puggers. I remember playing this game in like 2008 or 2009 when I wanted something like Warcraft 2. Yeah, back when we had no games on Linux, you had no choice but to play things like Battle for Wesnoth. Now we have a million games on Linux, and you know what? Battle for Wesnoth is still pretty good. Interceptor is in the house. What's up, Interceptor? We got Real Talk also here. Tux1313. Yo! Alright, so I might ignore the chat for a little while here because we're about to get into this game. We'll actually do a campaign, a real single player campaign. Now I'm gonna do an easy one because I don't know that much about this game. Again, I've played it off and on, but last time I played it many years ago, and even then I didn't play it a lot. So I'm gonna start with the very first campaign, A Tale of Two Brothers. Looks like it's for the novice, that's me, and it has 4 scenarios, meaning 4 different levels to it. You know, you complete one level, you can go on and do a different level. It's 4 different scenarios. So let me click OK. Now select my difficulty level. I can do Horseman, Beginner, or Knight, Challenging. I definitely want the beginner level. These turn-based strategy games, they have a learning curve. They're not easy, especially once you get into playing like real people or the AI when you set it to the challenging level. Alright, now of course I could read through some of this here and see what we're about to do on this particular campaign. But you know what? I'm not going to bother. It's a tale of 2 brothers. I think one brother is going to try to rescue the other. And the bad guy is a guy named Mordok. Anyway. Let's go. Alright. So this is me over here. This is me on the horse inside the keep. Of course, this is all my recruits already. I start with some recruits out of the gate. Now, if I wanted to navigate this map, I can move the arrow keys. Well, once I finish the dialogue here. Let me go ahead and just quickly get through all this. Alright. So, before I start, I can actually check out the map. This guy right here, I hover over him. That's Mordok. He's a dark sorcerer. Alright, he's by himself. But he's going to, of course, recruit a lot of people too on his side. So the first thing I want to do is I have 40 in gold. Now I can buy more recruits with that 40 in gold, but we have these villages here with my flag on them. That's good. I'd get money if I have a guy actually in those, or the more villages we plant our flag on and stake as our own. So that's really nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just start moving my guys, just start advancing them, because that guy Mordok, he's over by himself. So you get more gold too. If you got a guy in a village, you get a little gold. So it's good to have these guys in these villages. See if I can get one all the way up to this one. Yep. And I'll send this guy out there with him too. Let's see. I'll send this guy. We'll go this direction. Just go straight at him. Yeah. Well, let's just send everybody out. I'm feeling froggy. Send this guy here. You know what? You normally would keep your guy in the keep. I'm going to move him out here too. Because there's nobody that can really hurt us. We've got this one guy way up here. So my guy's pretty safe here. We'll call that the end of my turn. No, you know what? I've got 40 in gold. Let's get some new recruits. But to get new recruits, I got to be in the keep to recruit them. So I'm going to type U to undo that last move to put me back in the keep. So let's recruit some people. So bowman, footpad, horseman, spearman. The horseman is a pretty good guy. He's kind of a tank. Can take a lot of damage, dish a lot out. We'll also recruit, you know, the footpad character is good because he moves a pretty good distance. And now, let me move my guy out to this village here. And now we'll call that the end of my turn. Now, Mordok gets his turn. He's going to spawn a bunch of recruits. So, but because he had to spawn those recruits, they can't move just yet. They'll move the next turn. So, and it's night now. Now at night, my guys do a little less damage because my guys are, there's 4 different classes. I think there's lawful, chaotic. If I hover over the night picture here, the nighttime picture, you see the lawful units are now doing 25%, I guess, less damage. Neutral units, of course, 0%. Chaotic units are doing 25% more damage, and liminal units minus 25%. So my group is a lawful group, so we're doing less damage at night. Alright, I'm just going to keep advancing in this direction here with these guys. these guys I'd created earlier. I'll put him right there. Now this guy, actually I want this guy. See if I can get him to the next village. That's another one we claim. And this one we'll just move him up. This one, we'll just put him right there for now. And we'll call that a turn. Alright, and Mordock is moving some of his pieces out on the board here. Alright, what I would really like to do is get to this village. If I can claim that. Plus that gets us really close to where we eventually need to be for Mordock. So, what character do I want to put there though? I think I want to put that one if he would reach, but he won't. It's got to be one of the horsemen, so put him there. Put one right here behind him at the bridge. Get this guy. This guy can only get so close for now. Because they're in the forest, they can't see, they can't travel as far. Out in the open, these guys can move a little bit further. You know what? I'm going to move this guy too. Now he can move a pretty good ways. Because he can move a little bit. I'll create some more. So I move my main character back in the keep. Now I've got 20 pieces of gold. Let's create a bowman. Now that bowman can't do anything till the next turn. And I can't do anything with my character again, can I? Yeah, I can move him back out. These guys, let's just keep advancing in the direction they were going. Just keep going up. This guy, can he reach? Yep, he can reach that village. This guy can go to the next village. Alright. We've already moved these guys. So I've moved everybody I can move so far. Yeah. End turn. Alright. So this guy attacked the guy at the village. He's getting damaged a lot. That's not good. And we lost that guy. I was afraid of that. And this guy here is going to be very vulnerable. So, alright. First things, go back to the keep. Move this guy out. We'll create another recruit. How about a spearman this time? Just because. We can get to this next village. Now let's go to there. We'll get this guy out here. We'll eventually get him out to this windmill. These guys, we'll keep these guys advancing in that same direction too. So we got two different groups going in two different directions. Move my guy out. Now, he didn't quite make it to the village here, so I'll undo that. See if I can get him. He can make it to that village though. Alright. Before I end my turn here, take a sip of my beverage here. Check out the chat. Climby mentions he still dual boots Windows 10 for games that he can't play on Linux. Yep. It's been so long since I've used Windows that I ignore any game that is a Windows only game. It just doesn't exist to me. I don't miss them because I never played them. So Civ 5 runs great though, yeah, and it's available on Steam. Civ 5, Civ 6 is also, I think, available on Steam for Linux. Puggers, I was playing on Windows back then and still loved it, you know. Let's see, Real Talk, can't use Vox Populi natively through which sucks. Okay. And then, well, practically all my games require Windows to run. None of them run in Linux, so it keeps Windows 10 partitioned to run his games. Wine doesn't handle them. Yeah, Wine is terrible. Wine's just a horrible idea to begin with. Wine probably should just go away. Especially with modern hypervisor technology, you know, all the various virtual machines that you can run. They're so good now too. And Real Talk mentions Amnesia runs natively. Yeah, Climby has been running Linux on his Nintendo Switch. Alright. Alright, let me see if I can finish my turn here. Let's see, I got a bunch of guys that still need to move. I moved all of these guys up here, but this group down here we need to do something with, because we got all these guys. We got 6 of the enemy that are going to attack, and they're probably all going to pick on this guy right here. So we need to get some of these others in position. It would be great to get at least one in the village. So I'm going to attack this guy, and he's going to end up after the turn sitting in the village. So that would work out. We can do melee or ranged. I'll do melee this time, because he should heal a little bit in the village. Oh, that actually worked out really well. Now I'll advance some of these guys. These guys still can't move that far, but I can move them a little closer. This guy, it'd be great if he could attack that guy that I'd already attacked, but he's going to have to attack a different one. We'll do melee again. That wasn't too bad. We'll keep moving these guys if we can. That guy had already moved. We'll call that a turn. Let's see what happens. Ooh, I'm about to lose that guy. Okay, and I've got something going on up here too. Okay. So that was that turn. Let me put my guy back in the keep, because we may need to... Oh no, I can't, I don't think I can recruit anybody else. I only got 13 gold. I need at least 14 to recruit anybody. But, move this guy out. Move this guy forward. Okay. First things first, let's see if we can take this guy out. Yeah, awesome. Now this guy, get him here. Alright, now what do I want to do with these? The poisoned guy, the guy that's green, I would really like to get him in the village to heal. So the guy that's actually in the village now, I'm going to move him out. And let's see. We'll come around from this direction and attack this guy. We're getting some dialogue here. I hear these creatures are nigh immune to our weapons. Let's see. Okay. Well, I did a little damage to him. This guy is the one I want to move in the village. And I'm going to keep picking on the character we already attacked. Alright, we got rid of that guy. Okay. Let's pick on this guy. We do a ranged attack. Yeah. We'll use the spear on him. Yeah. That wasn't so bad. This guy here. This guy is a dark adept. Human, quick and resilient. His attacks are an 8x2 chill wave or a 5x2 shadow wave. So he's got melee and ranged attack. What I'm going to do is his ranged attack is probably pretty good. I'll do my ranged attack. Oh, yeah. Like he did a little more damage to me than what I did to him. This guy I'm just going to put right here in the bridge and let him see what he can do with that character here next turn. Ah, but he didn't attack this character. He attacked the one I put in the village. Alright. Now this guy, I guess his brother, is supposed to be flanking around and taking care of Mordrak, or whatever the evil guy's name is. But his brother hasn't shown up yet, and he's wondering what's wrong. Alright, so it's our turn again. Now we have a little bit of gold. Let's recruit. I've got enough gold for another horseman. I really like these guys. They're pretty strong. They're tanks, so I'll move my guy back out into a village. Move this guy up a little ways because we got this guy coming up. And this one, let's do a ranged attack with our bowman. Heck yeah, took care of that guy. So that worked out well. These guys, let's see if I can eventually get over here to this village. So put them in a good position here. Alright, so this over here with the bridge and these guys, all of this is looking good. Because Mordrak, or whoever the evil guy is, he's off by himself here in this keep. What's not looking good is my group down here. So, where do I want to go with this? I think we need to concentrate on the guy in the water. He's the strongest one. Alright. Well, we got rid of him. Awesome. So now, let's see. This guy. This spear attack. Yep. Okay. Well, actually, we're looking pretty good now, because now it just leaves this one guy down here. Do we want to try to attack him? Let's see if we can do a ranged attack. Yeah, and that'll be the safest. We didn't hit him at all. We'll try a ranged attack with my spearman, with his javelin. That didn't do anything either. Apparently nobody can hit this guy. So we'll just put that guy in the village. I might end up losing these guys, but even if I do, we're in really good shape. Because Mordrak here, once that guy is gone, he's got this guy. There's nobody else. I mean, he can recruit more. I'm sure he's got some gold, but okay. So we didn't lose our guys here, but we still didn't kill this guy. I'm gonna move my main character back to the keep. Well, actually, there was no reason to move him back to the keep because I got no gold yet, so I'll put him back. We'll move this guy out. We'll send him to this village. These guys that are at the bridge, which direction do I want to send them in? Do we want to go this way, or out in the open they'll move a little faster because of their characters, so we'll send them this way. These guys, we'll move them up. So we have this village here, we have that village. I'll put this guy, this footman, in the village. Not the strongest character anyway. I'll move my bowman up. And the horsemen, of course, they need to be up here, ready to fight. Mordrak recruited somebody here. They recruited another dark adept. Alright, and then we've got these two corpses here, these zombies or whatever, here in the water, and big guy here. So these three against my four, and two of my four are poisoned, so we need to be careful here. Should I attempt a retreat? Or should I attack? You know what, I'm going to attack. We really need to get rid of the big guy. So he's going to cause us problems if we can't kill him. Yeah, I'm going to try a melee attack with this guy. Oh, bad idea. Wow, and this guy with the club actually did the most damage, but this guy's still alive. And this guy, see if he can do anything There's one of the corpses. Okay, it wasn't too bad. That's the end of the turn. Before I click end turn and let Mordak have his turn. Check back in with the chat. Alright. Climby. It made me realize that GNOME 3 is really good desktop environment for touchscreens, but not something I would run on my desktop. Yeah, you were running GNOME 3 on your Nintendo Switch? Pretty cool. Ron Lee. To be honest, I have never even opened Wine. I left Windows in the dust. Why would I want to run a program that runs the very OS I left behind? Yeah, that's the problem with Wine, is if you're on Linux, why are you trying to run Windows programs on Linux? If you need to run Windows programs, you need to run them on Windows. That's what they were designed to run on. It would be like going to Windows and trying to run Linux programs on Windows. A Windows executable is designed to run on Windows. You know, all of our Linux binaries, of course, they're designed to run on Linux. There's no point in trying to run a piece of software that was written to run on a different operating system. Alright. Yeah, Bad Wolf, what's going on, my shaved head brother from another mother? What's up, Bad? Jack is here, JAC. Fine old school gaming on the Penguin. Yeah. It's an interesting little game. Obviously, I'm playing against the AI, and this is the novice level, but even the novice level, kind of doing bad here. The challenging level, I probably would have been dead in just a few turns. And against actual human players, I'm sure it's a very difficult game. Again, I would like to do some multiplayer, but on the live stream it would probably not work out real well because it's a turn-based strategy game, and say I do a multiplayer game with 4 players, you know, each of us take one quadrant of a map and we try to defeat the other 3. Every time I do a turn, then we gotta wait for 3 other players to do their turn. And they're not like the computer, where the computer instantly kind of makes its decisions. These guys could take a couple of minutes each, so that's why we're not gonna do the multiplayer. But the multiplayer is probably where you would want to spend all your time. Although the single player campaign is not bad. Alright, let me end my turn and let Mordak. Oh. Yeah. Oddly enough, this guy did not attack my guy here. He started advancing. I think they're going to actually try to come get my guy now that he's by himself. So I need to put him back in the keep. I need to get him some protection. How about another horseman? Because the way he just left this guy and started heading in this direction, this guy is eventually heading this way. Now, let's see. This guy, let's move him out this way. Let's just start advancing all these guys that were heading this direction. Let's go ahead and see what we can do to Mordak. Before we do Mordak, though, we got to get rid of this guy. Okay. The bowman will let him do his ranged attack. Okay, took care of that guy. I'm going to leave this guy in the village. And I'll move these guys up if I can. I'd already moved these guys. Okay, so that turn is done. This guy I really need to try to heal, so I'm going to actually send him to this village. That actually gives us another village. It'll give us a little more gold. This guy is basically going to be fighting a 2-on-1, assuming this guy keeps going this way, or a 3-on-1. So, a little concerned about this guy. Let's see if he can take out at least one. Yes, that helped a lot. This guy might survive the next turn. Against 3, he probably would not have survived the next turn. So, and I think I moved all the pieces I can. Except my guy, I could put him back in a village too. In turn, let's see what Mordak does. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. The only two pieces he had were here, and I'm not sure what they did. This guy, which was moving this direction, now moved back in this direction, but he didn't attack my guy. And the walking corpse thing just moved a couple of spaces, but really didn't do anything either. So I'm not sure what the point of that was. But now I'm in pretty good position. Mordak really has nobody. Let me go ahead and take care of the corpse if I can. If I can take care of this guy. Okay, couldn't take care of him. This guy, I'm going to claim another village. And now, let's just see what we can do to Mordak. I'm going to send one of my horsemen, do his melee attack. I'll hit him at least once. Ooh, but he took some damage. That's not good. Let's see how this horseman does. With his melee attack. Miss. Hit him once. And he took some damage. Took a lot of damage, these guys. See if the bowman can do something with the ranged attack with his bow. Took a lot of damage and only hit him once with the bow. This guy, I guess I've already done something with him, so I can't do anything with him. I can move the footman here out. What do I want to try to hit Mordak with him? You know what? I'll let him use the club. And he missed every time. Alright. I think that's pretty much all I can do. I'll move this guy out since he's heading that way. This guy needs to be out too. Alright. We'll just end that turn. Alright. Arvith, which is the main character, our character. His brother Baron still has not made it into the attack. What's going on with his brother? Could he have abandoned us? No, this is something else. I'm worried about him, but right now it means we have to deal with this Mordak ourselves. Something bad happened to his brother. Alright. Well, since I've got this character here, we'll keep working on this guy. Okay, he's gone. Really the only thing I need to do now is just go ahead and take out Mordak and this one creature he spawned, but I'm going to focus on Mordak. See if I can get him gone. Okay, that guy did nothing. Let's see if the horseman with his spear attack can do something. He missed. He missed twice. He missed every time. Okay. The bowman. Let's see if he can hit Mordak. Oh, I lost a character. I should have been smarter about that. I should have moved that particular character back to the village. I knew he was damaged pretty badly. Ooh. That guy got him, though. That was it. And Mordak. Arrgh! I guess that's his death cry. Good work, men, but what has become of my brother? His brother never showed up. Mordak. Worried about him, are you? Cheesy dialogue here. Alright. There's nothing more to be had from this one. We'll have to search for Baron ourselves. Sir, our scouts report that Baron was seen captured and carried away further north. That they should dare this, we will give chase at once. Okay, and that is scenario 1 of 4. So we took out Mordak. Now we have to go rescue his brother that has been captured. And we click, I guess, end scenario here. And of course we get a new story. We could read it if we wanted to. It's about his missing brother. They're going to chase him through some woods or something. We'll skip that. And now we have a new map here. More dialogue. But basically we need to send guys through a forest. This map is a forest. Certain characters, certain recruits will be better in the trees than others. In open ground, other recruits would be better. Anyway, so this scenario 2 here, is called The Chase. Alright, and it tells us how we will beat the scenario. Victory. You fight your way through the woods before the kidnappers escape. Defeat. My death, the main character, Arvith. or time runs out. You only have 28 turns to get through the forest. So, and before we take our first turn, back to the chat. Nothing like some old school turn-based strategy gaming on a Tuesday night. Got a little beer. Let's see. Climby, it would be pretty cool if there was a way to run Android apps natively on Linux, since Android does utilize the Linux kernel. Yeah. Speaking of Android apps, I did mention Battle for Wesnoth is a free and open source game. It's available on Windows, Mac, Linux, of course. It is also available on Android and iOS. There's actually apps for your mobile phone for this game. I've never tried them. I just know they're available because I saw it on their website. So, all right. Tux, Google said today that you can run Debian apps on Chromebooks as well as some Android apps. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder why Debian apps can run on a Chromebook. The Chrome OS was built on Gentoo, so interesting that you can run Debian apps. PCE Nuggets, nitpicking and all, I feel old. Anyone else hate the terminology of calling a program an app? I'll go back under my bush now. No, I'm with you, but pretty much everybody calls them apps these days, because most developers, so many programs now, you don't just write them for your desktop operating system. You're not just writing them for Windows or Mac or Linux anymore. You want them to work on iOS and Android, because these days mobile devices really are people's computer, especially the younger crowd. So, and where are they going to download those programs? The App Store. So, Tux, on my old Atari 1040 ST, all programs were called applications. Yep. Alright. Oh, the new Chrome OS is based on Debian Stretch. I did not know that. Awesome. Good to know. I know Google in the past has built some of their in-house operating systems on both Ubuntu and Debian. I know they've used some Gentoo stuff in the past too. Google does, do a lot with Linux. You would think they would make Android more compatible with your standard GNU/Linux distros. Although apparently, according to Tux1313 in the chat, now you can run Deb apps in Chrome OS, so that is definitely a plus. Okay, so scenario 2. I'm in the keep. I've got one guy. Then I've got one bad guy here who obviously is going to attack. I've got 242 in gold, so I can spawn a ton of characters here. But before I do that, I'm going to get rid of this guy. So let's go ahead. And this turn, we just focus on this one guy. See if we can get rid of him. Okay, that didn't work. My main character is really strong. This is kind of dangerous, but I'm going to do it. We're going to send him out with melee. We're going to do the lance damage, because it's massive damage if I hit him. I may not hit him. I did hit him. So, bad guy, gone. And that is the end of my turn. I can't do anything. I've already moved the two pieces I had. Okay, we got another guy coming up. And another guy. More guys coming up. Maybe I should have kept my main character in the keep. One thing, let's go back to the keep. I've got 258 in gold now. We need to just start spawning as many recruits as we can. I want a lot of horsemen. 3. Let's get some of the cheap guys. Especially the ones that'll be good in the woods. The bowmen and the footpad guys can see further through the woods and move further. So let's get some of these guys. A couple of bowmen. Let's recruit a couple of footpads. Only got one empty space left. How about a spearman? That's all that I can recruit this turn. And I got this guy here I can do something with. Let's see if we can take care of this lead guy here. Okay, we did. But now he's off by himself, and we got guys that are going to end up probably killing that guy. I'm prepared to lose this guy because now I've got all these guys I'm about to move out. And then, of course, I can spawn more. I can recruit more because I still have plenty of gold left. So this guy is going to be basically just a sacrifice here. Let me end my turn. Let's see what happens. Okay, more guys are advancing from this position here as the main bad guy. Alright, so we're going to need more gold eventually, so let's start moving some of these guys out to these villages. The ones that can make it to these villages. See, he can move it all, make it all the way here. This guy, I'm going to have him attack. And he missed every time. You were completely worthless. I'll try another horseman. He hit one time. Man, these guys just cannot hit anything. This guy won't quite make it to that village, but it would have been nice. Just start moving guys out. Now that I've got some empty room, we'll spawn more recruits. More horsemen. I like them, they're strong. And then a few more cheap recruits, another bowman or two. More foot pads. The guys with the billy clubs. And we got one more empty spot, and I got 15 gold left. Spearmen. Now I'm out of gold. Alright. Let's end turn. Okay. Alright, we need to go ahead and let's just go ahead and take care of this guy here. If we can. Alright. That guy's gone. Let's take care of this guy if we can. That wasn't bad. Send one more horseman. Okay. Now we need to just start advancing, see if we can claim some of these villages up here. Got another one. Already moved these guys. Let's see. Let's start moving these guys up. We got to get through the woods again in 28 turns. And this is turn 4 already. So we got to get to the top of the map. So we just need to get on our horse and go here. Well, these footpad guys can go a long ways. They don't do a lot of damage though in a fight, swinging their little clubs. It's not bad. I think that's everybody I can move. I can't, yeah. End turn. That's not good. Got this bowman off by himself against that guy on horseback. I might end up losing him if I don't get him some help this turn. So who do I want to send? Can this guy make it? No, but this spearman can. See what he can do to the guy on horse. Oh, he took him out. Awesome. Now I'm going to send him to the next village. It's another village for us. We'll send this guy to the next village. That's another village for us. Planted our flag. It's more gold for us. And the rest of these guys, we're just going to keep advancing as far as we can. We got to start heading upwards and onwards. We got to get through the woods. Wow, I can move that guy very long ways. Move that guy all the way to that village. It's another flag for us. I got a ton of guys to move here. And have I moved everybody? I think I got one more I can move here. I can actually move him all the way to that village. And that's another one. I think that's everybody I can move. I did move this guy here. Let's move him to the next village. And I eventually am going to have to move my main character. Let's go ahead and move him out onto the field. And that'll be that turn. Check out the chat. And Bad Wolf, well, nice stream. I'm out. 3:30 comes fast. Night all. Take care, Bad. Let's see. What is that? Il to you? Hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not sure if those are I's or L's, but I'm just going to call you to you. To you. Just woke up and saw this notification. Hello, everyone. You wouldn't have got much of a notification. I sent that notification out 10 minutes before I hit the start streaming button. So, kind of an impromptu stream. I was kind of tied up all day today, but I felt like doing something. But I didn't really have anything prepared, and it's kind of late to really, prepare any kind of tutorial video or do any kind of like distro install or review of anything. So I figured, you know what, I've been wanting to take a look at some of these old school kind of retro games. So Wesnoth was one that I knew I would enjoy, turn-based strategy game. So just went ahead and installed it. And click the start streaming button. So, alright, that was my turn. Let me click in turn and let the bad team go ahead and have their turn. Ooh, I might lose this guy. He's off by himself. Okay. Well, he survived. So, since he survived, let's see. Can this guy make it over there? He can. See if he can take one of these guys on here. And he missed every attack. Another horseman. Okay, he did a little better. Okay. This horseman way over here, we'll send him to attack the other guy here. This guy's been kind of damaged, so I'm actually just going to send him to this village. Billy Club guy, you're already here. Why not? Let's see if you can actually do something. No, you didn't do much. The bowman, let's see. Well, this guy just will not die. Alright. That's not what I meant to do. Alright. We're going to send one more bowman. I can get somebody to hit him at least a couple of times. He'll probably die. Okay, there we go. Man, I wasted a lot of effort on that one bad guy. Alright, now let's start moving all the guys in the back, including my main character. I'm going to move him way up. I really don't have too much to fear here. We're actually looking pretty good here. The bad guys really haven't gotten their act together. They let me just create this massive army here. I think I've moved every piece I can. Yeah. Except this guy, but he's in a village. I'll leave him there. No, we'll advance him. I don't need the gold. Alright, in turn. Basically we have that bad guy there and the one that's in the keep. So, let's see. So we just keep advancing our guys. We got to get through the woods eventually. Taking a long time here. We'll claim another village. Claim another 2 villages. Claim that one. Alright. Have I moved everybody? Not yet. Now I've moved everybody, I think. Including my main character. That's my main character. We do have to protect him a little bit, but it would be very hard for me to lose this scenario, I think. Alright, so just this one bad guy standing in front of me here. Once I get him out of the way, it should be smooth sailing here. And, nobody can hit him. I sent 3 different horsemen after him. All 3 missed every attack. 4. All 4 missed every attack. Can somebody hit this guy? Well, we can move that guy way up. Now we're getting somewhere. We're getting up to the woods we need to get through. We need to get through it in 28 turns. We're on turn 8. So, looking good, actually. I think we'll be alright. Now, that is my main character right there, isn't it? We need to locate my main... No, my main character is the one that moved up. So, I probably shouldn't have moved him up here by himself. But I can move him back if it looks like there's other characters that come into play here. Oh, I left one guy way back here. Pretty sure I could have moved him too. So yeah, let me move this guy up. Man, we're losing people. And I can't go back to the keep and recruit more people, so alright. I'm gonna move some of them into villages just so they can heal. Move some of them up near my main character to protect him a little bit, since I kind of sent him off by himself. You know what, that's good enough for now. Alright, we sent this guy back to his keep, where he's probably going to try to spawn more characters. See if we can get over there to him before he gets a chance. Alright. I don't want to send my main character all the way out here by himself. What I would like to do is send my main character to kill this guy, because my main character is pretty strong. It is kind of dangerous. You do run the risk of actually losing the game. Okay. So that is the end of his turn before I do my turn. And we'll check out the chat here. Let's see. Present Arms is in the house. Evening, morning, all. It's evening here. Logan, hey Derek, why you know like i3? Haven't used i3, so I've got to use it before I like it or dislike it. But that's coming up very soon. On the Obscure Window Manager project, I have 3 more window managers I have to look at. The next one is Herbst de Luft. then i3. And then the last one I'll take a look at would be Ice Window Manager. Alright, let's see. Now, the opposing team had their turn. You have not started your turn yet. Oh, I tried to end my turn, and I haven't even taken my turn. I've only had half a beer, so I shouldn't be doing anything quite that dumb just yet. Man, this guy is strong. Okay, we did some serious damage to him that time. Okay, finally, we killed the main bad guy here in this scenario. Okay, so was that the end of the chase? Or is there more to come here? Now I think we have to keep advancing through the woods here. Again, we had 28 turns to get through the woods, so let's just start sending everybody that can move. I think I moved everybody that... No, didn't move this guy. Of course, I didn't move my main character yet either. I was saving him for last. Things look pretty safe, though. I'll move him forward. Okay, let's end turn. Alright, come on, men. Let's catch those kidnappers. The kidnappers that have his brother in the story here. Alright, so... I guess we have to keep moving. Just keep moving forward. See how far forward we can move. I wonder if I could just leave some of these guys behind. Surely I won't need all these guys to do whatever it is that's coming up at the end of the woods here. But you never know. Okay, I see them. Okay, these three guys here. Guess these are the three kidnappers that have my character's brother that we have to rescue. So, and my character is right here. We need to protect him. So, he's the only one that hasn't moved. No, we've got this guy here, the horseman here. Let's put him up here. And we'll put my character up here too, because he's a strong character. He should be able to handle himself a little bit. Okay, I think that's everybody I can move this round. Yeah. In turn, and let's see what the three kidnappers here want to do. Okay. So it's my turn now. So the three kidnappers moved, but they didn't attack anybody. And so I guess I need to attack them. Check out the chat before I make my next move here. Present arms. I should make an ISO using Ice Window Manager as a default window manager for giggles. You know, there are some distros out there that do use Ice Window Manager as their default window manager. Not a lot, but I've seen them. And Tux mentions Ice Window Manager is a nice lightweight window manager. Yes, it is. Let's see. Present Arms mentions he likes it because it can be mean and XP theme. I'm assuming Ice Window Manager. It does kind of have a Windows kind of look and feel to it. To you keeps asking me about rat poison. I might look at rat poison sometime down the road, but let's get the 12 I initially set out to look at done first. Then I might look at BSPWM, which people have requested. I might look at DWM, which I've had a number of people request. I might look at rat poison, just for to you. So, alright, let's see what kind of moves I want to make here. Let's get the guys in the back here moved up. We can move this horseman way up. Move this guy back in the action. Alright, let's just go attack somebody, because I'm feeling froggy. Well, that's not bad. And he can get into the action here. Another bowman. And he hit all 3 times. Let's see if this bowman can do the same. They don't do a lot of damage, but still, they're hitting every time. I think I've made all the moves I can make, except I've got 1 horseman and my main character I can still do something with. Let's send the horseman first. The horseman. Ooh, took a ton of damage. Wow. I'm glad I didn't send my main character. But you know what? I'm going to do it, I think. Send the main character. Well, he can only attack the guy at the top. That's probably dangerous. Yeah, better not do that. Oh well, I'm doing it. Let's charge with the lance. Ooh. I got him. You have captured me, but it will avail you nothing. I sent your precious brother, the mage, north with half my men. A day since, he will be safely locked away in our master's dungeon. So I guess we got to keep following more people to rescue this guy's brother. So I put my blade at your throat. Give us the way to my brother now, or I will spill your wretched blood on the ground. Okay, 3 days ride to the northeast in a deserted castle. Well, he gave up that information rather easily. The passwords to the guards are Hammock and Dracanel. I probably should remember those. Alright. Bind him and take him with us. If he has played us false, he will die. Captain, why are we riding into this? I thought you wanted nothing to do with Baron, his brother Baron. Apparently they're beefing about something. Anyway. Some family drama. We got a new character coming into the screen. Brina. Greetings, I am Brina, a knight errant. I saw you pursuing and fighting the foul undead. Are there more of them to be destroyed? We think there's a nest of them northeast of here. They've captured my brother. Yada yada yada. I can go with you if you permit. He would only slow us down. Okay, so then I can make a choice. Do I let this guy come with us? Or do I say, I'm sorry, we can't spare the time. You know what? Because I'm mean, you're not coming with us. Take this then, for I see that you are on a quest. My comrades will help you whenever you call for them. Oh, he gives us 70 pieces of gold. Awesome. That is the end of scenario 2 of 4 in this campaign. And we move on to the next one. Fun little game. Again, this is kind of an easy level set against the AI for a novice too. The game can be much tougher against the real AI. Of course, it's a lot tougher, I'm sure, against real opponents, human opponents. Lamer Linux is in the house. How's everyone, Lamer? I'm doing fine. How are you? Tux mentions it's 9 p.m. here in California. It's 11 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone. I need to get to bed soon. I've got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. But we'll continue this just for a bit. We'll start Scenario 3. We may not do Scenario 4 in this campaign, but anyway, the next scenario. If I wanted to read it, it's just a black screen. Not going to read anything. Let's just skip through it. Let's get this party started. Alright. Halt. Friend or foe. Give the password. Now, that guy in the woods in the second scenario gave us 2 passwords. I don't remember what they were. The password is Hammock. Hammock was the first one. He gave us 2 passwords, though I don't remember what the second one was. Anyway, the guard says, pass, friend. Okay, so we got the first one right. I'll worry about the second password later, though. Alright, the adept didn't lead us astray. The guy he captured, I guess, was telling the truth. Alright. So, I'm alone here in this keep. I didn't read any of the storyline, so I'm not sure exactly what I should be doing here. But, let's see, the map. Does it scroll to the left or the right? Just a little bit, not too much. I'm assuming we actually have to go into here eventually. I probably should have read the storyline, but you know what? For now, let's just start recruiting some guys. Actually, I'm going to do recall instead of recruit. Recall some of the guys that have already been fighting for me that died, but they had some experience. They'd already achieved some experience level. So these guys should be tough guys. So this guy has experience 8 of 34. He was a spearman. I want that guy back. Do another recall. See if any of these others have any decent experience. This spearman here, seen a little action. And now we can recruit some heavy infantrymen. Yeah, do a few of them. Go ahead and do some horsemen too. I have a ton of gold right now, so I can recruit pretty much every empty spot in the keep. I can put somebody in for now, and then we'll move them the next turn. Let's see, do some more spearmen. And since we got a lot of open ground here, you know, I'll do some foot pads. They move a pretty good distance when you move them. That's all I can do this turn, except I can move myself to one of these villages to at least plant a flag in one village around us. Again, we get a little gold for that. Okay, that's the end of my turn. Oh, sorry. It's already my turn again. I don't know what the enemy did, because I can't see them. I don't know. So, first thing we need to do is get all the guys I have in the keep out of the keep. So, start moving these guys somewhere. Let's just get them out onto the field here. Move my main character back in the keep. And now we can recruit more people. Recruit a few more horsemen. Yeah. Wazim Ali, what is this? This is the Battle for Wesnoth. This is a free and open source game. Very old game. It's been around forever. I mean, it's still under development. I mean, but the game has been in existence at least for 15 years, from what I can tell on the website. Battle for Wesnoth. Initial release was 2003. It's a turn-based strategy game. I'm not sure if it was forked from some earlier game or it's a clone of some like closed source game. But again, it's been around forever. Alright, I think I've moved everybody I can move and created everybody I can create here in the keep. Let's end that turn and see what happens. Okay, now we got some stuff going on. Okay. Are you relief? Are you our relief arriving? Okay. Does this mean we get to leave here now? Yes, fine, you can go. You're supposed to give the password. Okay, so this is the second password. I remember it. This Dracanel. Alright. Thanks. Irritating little formality, isn't it? I think I should better support my men at the front to make sure we can free my brother. So Arvid is saying he should be out in front, the main character should be out in front of this army to free his brother. Now that is dangerous, but I don't know. If the dialogue is saying I need to do that, I guess I need to move the main character out onto the field. Go back to the chat for a second. Tux, the game is loosely based on the Sega Genesis games Master of Monsters and Warsong. Okay. Pretty cool. Alright. It is getting kind of late here, so I will probably shut this down in just a few minutes. But I will make at least a couple of more turns in this game before we shut it down. Uh-oh. Haha. We not kill people for a long time. Weapon wants blood. We now kill humans. Okay, my sword arm has a say in who will do the dying. Come on, men. Let's kill some orcs. 2 enemy units spotted. Okay. Well, I want to keep going forward. Press T to keep moving. Okay, so I got to that village. Gonna move a horseman over there with him. Move another horseman over there with him. Not exactly sure what's about to happen, but gonna have some guys over there for whatever happens. And it told me I probably should put my main character out here somewhere, so we might go ahead and move my guy out. You know what, I'm not moving this entire army out here. I'm about to kill the stream here in a few minutes anyway. Let me end the turn and just see what would happen next here in this scenario. Okay, something's coming out of this fortress here. Okay, didn't look like it did too much damage though. Now let's let my guys see what they can do to him. Oh, you didn't do anything. Ooh, let's move this guy here to heal. Send this guy in to attack. Okay, so we killed at least one. One less braggart orc in the world. Okay. And so forth and so on. Anyway, I think that'll be enough battle for Wesnoth tonight. Been running for about an hour and 20 or so. Hour and 30. Check out the chat before I go, though. Actually, I've been checking out the chat for a while. You guys missed that last part. Something came out of the fort here. Anyway. So that was Battle for Wesnoth. Just a very quick look at it. Again, you know, I find the game interesting. It's a free and open source game. It's been around forever. Not a lot of people know about it. A lot of old school Linux people know about it because it was one of the very few games that was available on Linux, basically before Steam for Linux was a thing. You know, we had just a few native Linux games. Battle for Wesnoth was one of the real highlights for native Linux gaming. And we have a few people still in the chat. Probably not the most interesting stream, watching a turn-based strategy game. At least not single player, but it would have been even worse watching it multiplayer because the turns can take so long. But anyway, I hope some of you at least found it interesting enough, especially if you've never played Wesnoth. Maybe install it. It's in everybody's repos, no matter what distro you're running. Check it out. Still trying to finish this beer. Had the same glass of beer for the entire hour and a half of the stream. It's gotten a little warm. All right. Yeah, present arms. Good night. Good evening. I will kill the stream in another minute or two. I'm just going to, anybody that's got anything they want to share in the chat, I'll read the chat for a couple of more minutes. Ron Lee, sorry I couldn't leave. It was too cheesy. It's not a AAA game, Battle for Wesnoth. But it is a cool game. And other than just playing this game on the stream, one thing I did want to test out, again, new video card. I wanted to see how it streamed 1080p. Because the last stream I did to test this new card, you know, I was playing Counter-Strike. I only attempted to do 720p, and it handled 720p like a champ. So I wanted to see how streaming in 1080 worked. So you guys said the video looked good. I'm not actually not watching a preview of the stream. So was there any stuttering, any flickering, any weird glitches? Lamer, any DT stream is a great stream. Thank you, Lamer. Ron Lee, it was cool. Lamer, ooh, warm beer. Yeah, warm beer is not the greatest. At least not American beers. Now, a lot of times I drink foreign beers, especially like dark, thick beers, like the good beers from Germany and England. Those beers you can drink at room temperature. They actually taste a little better if they're not so cold. The good beers do. Now, the cheap American swill that most of us drink, yeah, that stuff needs to be ice cold because it tastes like piss if it's warm. But real beer, you know, the good stuff, you know, the German beers, the English beers in particular, they don't have to be refrigerated at all. I mean, they're just fine at room temperature. They're a little cold, that's all right. You don't want them real cold. They actually don't taste as good when they're cold, believe it or not. Tux mentions it was a perfect screencast. Great. I'll check out a little bit of it once I kill the stream. I'll go back and rewatch some of it. Lamer, I like Bud Light. Not a huge fan, but I like it. You'll experience better beers along the way than Bud Light. But it has to be cold, yeah. Yeah, Bud Light is one of those. It's got to be cold. Present Arms. We do awesome beers in the UK. Yeah, some of my favorite beers are UK beers. Love a lot of English beers, a lot of Irish beers. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the little show. Again, it was an impromptu stream. I just wanted to show a little bit of Battle for Wesnoth for those that have never seen it, especially the younger crowd that hasn't been in Linux but a few years, probably never even heard of this particular game. And it's a great game, open source, got a lot of players too. If you guys want to check it out and play some multiplayer, it's got a pretty big community behind it. Register over at their forums at wesnoth.org so you can play the multiplayer. And again, I just wanted to test out this video card. So everything looks good on it. I'm really happy with my purchase of this GeForce 1060. Seems to be working out for me. Before I go, I want to give a special thanks to my patrons. A.K. Ron, Mr. Neely Pops, John, Brian, Carl, Greg, Carlos, Rob, Matt, Darkwin, Mark, Christian, Jake, Benjamin, Steven, Marcus, Interceptor, Bob, Leor, Omar, Silvio. You guys rock. You guys help make this show possible. Peace, guys.